How about we do a song just by hitting our microphones, right? Like a okay, ready? So I'm gonna do
like a rhythm thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna start a beat and then you guys fill it in. Sean's gonna go second and Willie's gonna go third. Here we go.
Okay.
I'm really cheesing myself out. That's cringy.
SmartLess.
That was good. So wait, we got to touch these moon rocks that were on the moon. Like they're 4 billion-year-old moon
rocks. I got
rocks.
to touch a couple moon rocks that weren't on the moon. What do you mean moon rocks that were on the moon?
Sorry, yeah. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, they were on
All
the
those
moon.
scientists must have loved you.
Yeah.
Like, oh, guys, it's so relaxing to have an actor around. We don't.
I know.
1 + 1 can equal anything.
I asked so many dumb questions too. I'm sure they were probably so over it. But we got to go inside this vessel called the Orion. It was it's like a what is that called? A simulator that the astronauts train in before they go to the moon. They're going to go to the moon in this thing, this Orion thing. Did I lose you guys? Are you guys sleeping?
No, it's pretty great. I mean, no. That's interesting. I mean,
I thought that was fascinating.
I am one of those people. God, you get the pushback on this. I am one of those people like, we got a lot of stuff going on here. Why are we leaving the?
I know why we're going to the
Where
moon.
are we going?
We're going to the moon.
God damn, we got so much shit to fix over here. But yeah,
I
okay.
know, but we got to get ready for Mars. We got to get ready for
And
Mars.
I know a lot of innovation comes from
Right. And so eventually that stuff will touch us here. But isn't it mostly kind of for morale and mankind excellence and all
What, to
that
go to the
sort of-
moon?
all of it.
Yeah,
a
I
lot of
mean,
it.
are there real practical applications to what we're doing up there? I'm saying I don't know. I'm not doubting it. I'm just this is from a place of total.
I think so. Yeah,
smartlessness.
there's lots of things we've already discovered about the universe.
Sure.
Going to the moon.
Sure, and a lot of innovations, as Jason said, that he said we get touches us back here. A lot of stuff that they innovate for
listen,
the program.
Yeah.
And I think as soon as we really nail down this whole sort of, mirrors to see what yesterday actually looked like. I mean, if we can really nail that down. Listener, if you've got an extra hour to fall asleep, go ahead and listen to my theory. Who was it with?
Sean.
What was the name of our scientist?
Sean, we can wave at ourselves from our episode with Neil deGrasse Tyson. I think that's what's happening right now. We're seeing Jason back in that time.
Back
He's
in
still
2 years ago.
If I could find
2
somebody
years ago.
intelligent enough to figure out a way to have the Hubble or the what's the new
web,
one?
the web,
The
new
web.
Yeah.
To like fire into a mirror that then fires back into a mirror, into another, into another, into another. We won't see all the way back to the Big Bang. Like that,
Yeah, well, we
that
could.
seemed like that's the tough part's already done.
No, we could do that.
Now we could see like just into yesterday.
Jay,
Just
I thought I remember you telling me that when you were on Silver Spoons in your dressing room, you used to fire into the mirror. Is that not? Am I misremembering?
Wait, no, Will, that's totally different, bro. That was Aaron Gray related. It was golly.
He's still he still does that. You can find him doing that occasionally. Wait, and really quick.
I just want to. Last thing I want to say, Sean, to you,
Yeah.
because you brought it up.
Okay.
Sean texted me. I just want our listeners to know that you guys went on vacation. After all this, Jason, you complained about, I never get to go on vacation and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You and Sean went on vacation without me.
Well, you were invited.
Yeah. I think you were
I wasn't
invited.
I wasn't really invited.
Really?
Yes, you were. Yes, you always are.
You're always invited.
I'm taking a big drink. No, I know. I mean, I think you guys knew that I was out here at the beach.
Yeah. Or you're still at the beach, right? When do you come back from the nonsense?
Soon, I was apprehended on the street a few times from, hey, I heard that you're out here on Long Island and Bateman's giving you shit for having a bunch of Range Rovers in your driveway, and then you do drive a GMC. And I go, yeah, do you think we make this shit up, bro?
But you do park the Range Rover next to the GMC, right?
No, it's in California.
But Will, I have to tell you something. Speaking of the beach, I went the first day I got there. Me and Jason and Scotty went into the ocean.
This is in the Bahamas, not in not in Houston.
Right. We went into the ocean. We went into the ocean, and I have just a swim trunks on, white as the whitest person alive on the planet Earth. And this guy, Jason, has a big, thick rimmed hat on, glasses, a long sleeve shirt, like shorts down to his knees, covered. You look like you were a gardener in the middle of the ocean.
No, it's the worst. I've been to the beach with him before. It's terrible.
Tramp stamp. Yeah. Don't forget about the tramp stamp.
What's the tramp stamp?
He's got a tattoo on the small of his back, but
I never saw that. Well, because you were clothed.
It was covered. It just simply says breathe.
But he's just wears so much clothing in the ocean, right? We had this photo, Sean, when we went for Molly's 40th, and we all went with all the kids down on this big vacation of 4 or 5 years ago. All the kids, everybody, we're all outside. There are like 12 of us. And Jason, it looks like he's like in the Arctic.
I know.
Well, listen, it's twofold. Number one, I don't know if you guys have heard about sun cancer or UV rays or something. There's a couple of articles I'm going to send
cancer.
you. And then there's the other thing called dad bod that I don't think anybody really needs to see dad bod.
No.
So
no one's got to wear dad bod than me, and I was out with my shirt off.
Well, I'm going to send you a top. Check your mail. Will, I'm sending you a couple. You still get mail there?
Guys, we're keeping our guests too long. All right, listen. This is incredible. Our guest today is anything but SmartLess. He's a spectacular, incredible talent. I could listen to him sing for 20 hours a day. He's such a smarty that he not only skipped 1, but 2 grades growing up, starting high school at 12 years old.
Good Lord.
Just like me.
Wow.
Like
right when Jason was ending it.
Ending my scholastic career. That's enough.
And his genius was not exclusive to academics. He started playing piano at 4 years old, which paved the way for his eventual EGOT status. Yes, he's another EGOT. So for Tracy, EGOT is Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony. He's won all of those.
What?
So previous jobs, which I love finding out about, are like a wedding singer, a business consultant. So I'm going to ask him about that. Legend has it that it was Kanye West who helped him get signed back in the day. It's uber talented Mr. Smarty Pants, John Legend.
Whoa.
Legend has it.
Well, he's classing up the joint.
It's me.
Oh, he's got a cool shirt on, too.
Hi, everybody.
Well, hello.
Hi, John
Look
Legend.
at you.
What's happening?
What is
Look at
happening?
you. Where are you right now?
I'm at my office in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Look, it looks clean and simple.
You don't look busy at work.
This is actually Chrissy's office. My office is next door, which is basically a recording studio. So, so we bought a 3-bedroom house basically to be our work house. And my recording studio is in the next room over. And then this is her office, but I often do.
Now, are there zoning issues with that, John? Zoning issues with having an office in a house? I've explored this before.
This is a don't ask, don't tell policy, even though I just told millions of people.
Yeah, let's have the address on that real quick.
Ask for forgiveness later. Before I dive too deep into this, John, because I don't want to get like an hour into this.
How many feet back from the curb is the house? Is that what you're going to? No. Okay, so we're off of the zoning. Okay, go ahead.
No,
Sorry,
I
John.
want to just because I'm going to forget if this goes on too long. Jesus Christ Superstar, that was unbelievable. That was incredible.
Thank
and it was
you.
totally live.
Totally live.
What was that, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
That was 2019, I believe.
It was on NBC, I think, right?
Oh.
It was on NBC
Yeah.
with Sarah Bareilles as Mary Magdalene.
She was great too, man. I
yeah.
mean, that show, to do that live like you did in front of all of America, you were incredible. It was just so great.
Thank you.
Didn't you win something for that?
We won the Emmy for Best Live Special.
That's great.
That was my E that made me an EGOT.
Oh,
That's so cool. What kind of prep goes into something like how far? What is it? Just months of just
the rehearsal.
You're going to do it live TV? I mean, it's got to be intense.
Well, we're musicians, so we do live performances all the time.
Yeah.
But doing a show like this is quite an endeavor, and there's so many moving parts. There's so much crew and production and everything that needs to happen, choreography. Everything needs to go right, and it was magical. We rehearsed for a few months. It aired live on Easter Sunday, and I think we started working on it in January. But then I had to go away and do a tour in Asia for a few weeks in between rehearsals. And so I come back and we rehearsed for the final week or two. But man, it was quite an endeavor, quite a great team, and I love doing it.
You know what? When I was a musical director at this dinner theater in the suburb of Chicago, long story. But anyway, we did Jesus Christ Superstar. And on Easter, not making this up, on Easter Sunday, one of the performances, the guy who played Judas, where he hangs himself in the middle of the thing, in the middle of the show.
Spoiler alert.
Well, there's this contraption, that saves him from obviously doing that. But it broke on Easter Sunday.
Oh, no.
Wow. Well, look into that.
So he, in fact, was resurrected.
He was resurrected.
Sean, did you play Jesus Christ or the Superstar?
I was in the piano. I was in the pit.
Oh, you came out of the piano. You
Well-
just like coming out of a cake? Like coming out of the, you were in the piano?
Yeah, I was naked.
Oh, no, you played the piano.
Another fun fact about that experience, Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice also both became EGOTs because of that same Emmy.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So we all three got it the same day.
Oh, that's pretty wild.
How many are there of you?
Yeah.
The EGOTs?
17.
17.
Sean knows, he's doing the research. But Jennifer Hudson just joined the club.
She's the
very
17th.
recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
Will, where are you on the list? Do you have any? You've got your Oscar and your Tony.
I'm on the no gots. Okay. Got zero.
I ain't got no gods.
Got none. That's mine.
I ain't got no guts.
Now, John, with all of these things that you do at such an incredibly high level and you're so in demand, how do you go about making your decisions about what to do next, how to prioritize work? Got this great family too. And
The money,
yeah,
of course.
it's all about the
Yeah,
money.
of course.
I
Yeah,
got it.
No. Honestly, I'm very fortunate. I get to make choices, and so I do stuff that I'm excited about, do stuff I'm passionate about, do stuff I think I'll be really good at doing. And they do have to pay me well, so all of that comes into the decision.
But I would imagine that your interests change pretty quickly. Like, how are you? Certainly with theater, you have to commit so far out in advance. How do you ever get nervous that you're going to commit to start rehearsals on a play in 6 months? That's going to run 12 months, but then all of a sudden something comes along in the television world that works quicker, that might be at odds with that scheduling wise. Like, does that ever give you agita about making choices?
Well, I haven't actually done Broadway. I only did that live performance. We did it Saturday and Sunday of Easter weekend, and that was it. So we just rehearsed and did the show that weekend. And I didn't do like a long run on Broadway like a lot of artists and actors will do. So I haven't had to make that decision yet.
Do you want to?
It would be a tough one, honestly, because it takes a lot of time, a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Well, you can uncheck that money box.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not a lot of money.
criteria.
Oh, but also, my kids go to school in Los Angeles, and I would want to be with them, and it would be hard to make that decision, honestly.
Yeah.
How old are the kids?
My daughter's 6 and my son is 4.
Oh my God!
wow.
Such a
Wow.
fun
Oh, yeah,
age.
you're right in it, man.
Going
Yeah.
back to at the beginning in the intro when I said you skipped grades and you entered high school at 12 years old.
Yeah.
That's just crazy pants. What did you? How did you feel like you missed out by skipping, or did you want to skip, or were you pressured by your parents or teachers, or?
Well, it was my mother that was definitely pushing it, and I honestly wouldn't advise it for most kids. And I think you do lose out socially when you try to put a kid that's 12 in a group of 14-year-olds. I think it's hard,
Yeah.
And I was super shy, but music was my way of connecting with people, and I think music kind of saved me from being just completely antisocial and a complete geek. But honestly, it's tough, and I don't think I would advise anyone to do it with their kids. I wouldn't do it with my kids either.
Right.
Was there a reason for that? Like, was it going to help you sort of with your music? Was it going to give you more opportunities earlier? Was that part of it?
No, my mom, I think it was almost like a badge of honor for her because she
Right.
homeschooled us for a while, and she liked the idea that her son was so well prepared that he could test out of 2 levels above where he was supposed to be.
Right.
And
Right.
so I think it was almost like her proving the worth of her home teaching,
Yeah.
saying when I came back to public school, I was 2 years ahead of my peers, and I could be skipped to 8th grade when I was supposed to be in 6th. So
amazing.
I think, honestly, that's what motivated it more than anything.
Where was that? What part of the country was that?
I grew up in Springfield, Ohio, which is about 50 minutes west of Columbus.
Oh.
And we will be right back.
SmartLess gets support from Keeps. Want to stay ahead of hair loss? Do it with Keeps. 2 out of 3 men will experience some form of hair loss by the time they're 35. And there are only 2 FDA-approved medications that can prevent hair loss. And guess what? Keeps offers both. Keeps offers a simple, stress-free way to keep your hair. You'll get convenient virtual doctor consultations and medications delivered straight to your door every 3 months. And you don't have to leave your home. Right? That's good for you. Keeps has everything your hair needs delivered straight to your door with discreet packaging and proven results. Remember, prevention is key. Treatments can take 4 to 6 months to see results, so act fast. When it comes to your hair, save more, spend less. If you're ready to take action and prevent hair loss, go to keeps.com/smartless to receive your first month of treatment for free. That's keeps.com/smartless to get your first month free. keeps.com/smartless.
Our next partner is Athletic Greens. I take AG1 by Athletic Greens literally every day. I gave AG1 a try, 2 years ago maybe. I wanted better gut health. I wanted more energy. I wanted a simple way to take vitamins and minerals that were important to my body. I didn't want to have to take all these supplements. I wanted it one place. And AG1 is that place. I put it in the thing, I shake the thing, I down the thing, and it's so good for my body and it tastes great. This is the best option for easy, optimal nutrition out there. You take 1 scoop of AG1 and you're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to help you start your day right. This blend of ingredients supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, recovery, focus, and aging. You know what I love most about it? You can mix it with water when you're traveling. You can put it in a smoothie like with all the other stuff that you make your smoothies with, and it tastes great. It tastes great any way you want to roll. I mean, it's the healthiest way to start your day for me, and I know it will be for you too. Right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your body with convenient daily nutrition. It's just 1 scoop of AG1 in a cup of water every day. You don't need a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Go to athleticgreens.com/smartless to give AG1 a try. That's athleticgreens.com/smartless. Check it out. SmartLess gets support from GoodRx. On this show, we're all about putting a smile on your face. I've tried to do that to Jason for years, but the face just won't move. The eyebrows are basically where the eyes are. Of course, it's not easy to make people smile if you're feeling sick and your prescription prices are sky high. Fortunately, there's GoodRx. They can help you save a lot of money on your prescriptions this fall. All you have to do is check out GoodRx and compare prices at local pharmacies. GoodRx helps you compare prescription prices at local pharmacies and can save you up to 80%. Comparing prices is important because what a lot of people don't realize is that prescription prices can vary from one pharmacy to the next, sometimes by quite a lot. But with GoodRx, you'll have the information you need to help you find the lowest price. GoodRx has helped millions of people save on their prescriptions, and they can help you too. I might have a little talk with myself. Hang on one sec. Hey, Sean. Hey, what's up? Nothing. What's going on? Well, I might save money. How? By using GoodRx. On what? On my prescriptions. Oh, boy. How much you've saved? A lot. But have you beaten your prescription copay? Yeah, with GoodRx. That's what I'm telling you. All right, well, you don't have to yell at me. Hey, Sean. What? Great talk. For simple, smart savings on your prescriptions, check GoodRx. Go to goodrx.com/smartless. That's goodrx.com/smartless. In 2021, GoodRx users saved 81% on retail prescription prices. And now back to the show.
So that was a real early declaration that you were making that it's gonna be music. I'm all in. And did you feel any pressure? Like, well, God, I better keep getting better and better and better and better because I'm like all in on this career and I'm not, trying to,
I was straddling for a long time because, I was a really good student and I went to an Ivy League school after high school and I studied English as a major and then went on to be a management consultant, as Sean mentioned in my intro.
Yeah, I want to know what that's about.
And so I was doing other things that could be like backup plans even though I thought music really was the thing I wanted to do and wanted to commit to. And I had been loving music and been making music since I was a kid. But I always had, a little bit of insurance, with my academics and with, other jobs coming out of school. But I truly always wanted to do what I'm doing right now. I even wrote an essay when I was 15. It was for Black History Month, and McDonald's was the sponsor for the essay. And the competition was the future Black history makers of tomorrow, and it was an essay competition. And they said, "How you plan to make Black history?" And I said, at age 15, that I was going to become a famous musician, and I was going to use my position as a musician to help my community.
That's amazing.
And so I knew that I wanted to do this, but there were a lot of detours and backup plans that I kept going along the way until it finally kind of all came together. And it started to come together when I started working with Kanye, when I started to get a lot of collaborations with him and with the artists he was producing. And I finally got a record deal in 2004 after about 6 years of trying, 5 years after I graduated from Penn.
That's amazing.
How did you and Kanye first meet? What was that process?
So he grew up in Chicago. I grew up in Ohio. And my roommate in college grew up in Kansas City, Missouri, but he was Kanye's cousin. And so my roommate, Devon, who I'm still very good friends with, and he's also a musician and a really creative person and an entrepreneur. Anyway, I was playing gigs around New York and working as a management consultant during the day. And I would invite my friends out to my gigs, and then Devon started DJing with my band. And one time he invited his cousin to the show. His cousin Kanye had just moved from Chicago, was living outside of New York, across the Hudson in Jersey. And he was like, "I'm gonna invite my cousins to the show. You guys should meet, and you guys should collaborate at some point." And Kanye wasn't a big producer at this time. He was just Devon's cousin, as far as I was concerned. Mm-hmm. But he had just started working with Jay-Z. He just started working with folks in Rockefeller Records, like Memphis Bleak and Beanie Siegel, all the artists that Jay had signed, in that early time of Rockefeller Records. And he was starting to become known as an in-demand hip-hop producer. And we started working together, and he was producing some of my demo songs, and I would write with him on his demo. And, my demo eventually became my debut album, Get Lifted, and his eventually became his debut album, College Dropout. And
that's amazing.
He has a lot to do with my success.
Wow. It's amazing when you find the thing that you want to do with your life, and then you just hang out with like-minded people. Shit happens.
Yeah, and
stuff comes together.
I always say luck is when opportunity meets preparation, but you got to put yourself in positions to take advantage of it. And part of putting yourself in that position is all the rehearsal, all the prep, all the performances you did when only 50 people were there, 100 people were there.
Yeah, for sure.
And then part of it is just opening yourself up to meeting different people and connecting with different people. And I started to do that, especially when I was living in New York, and I was meeting lots of folks who helped my career along, and it finally came together.
Wow. Do you enjoy the lyric writing more than the music writing, more than the performing? How would you stack those things in
I love writing. Writing is fun. I don't really separate the music and the lyric because it's so intertwined when I'm writing. We usually it's 2 or 3 of us sitting in a room just vibing, and I usually come up with a melody before I come up with a lyric. And so when I write a melody, it's just me humming nonsense. I call it my mumble track. So I have a bunch of recordings on my phone of me mumbling nonsense.
So it's not like a guitar, not a piano. It's just you mumbling.
Well, it may be over a piano or over a guitar or over a track that a producer.
But just trying to find the words.
Just trying to find the flow. So when I write Ordinary People, I'm saying, and it doesn't make any sense yet, but I figure out what it sounds like and what it might sound like. Yeah,
I love that.
No, Sean.
Exactly, Sean. Exactly. And so I record this mumble track, and then the mumbles kind of suggest different tones and ideas and rhythms. and then eventually the lyric comes from that. And that whole process usually takes me about 3-4 hours. Usually me and another person. Sometimes I do it by myself. And then I'll record a demo in the end of that session, and that's my work day.
You know, so you have I'm cutting way to the end of this interview, but you have this new album coming out called Legend, which
Yes.
of course is like, of course it's called, like, why didn't we do an album called that big? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like right there in your name.
Yeah.
And it's a double album, and I listened to every single track. It's so great. First of all,
Thank you.
yeah.
I didn't know they'd given to you yet, so
yeah, it's secret.
I'm always excited that somebody's heard it because I feel like it's been my little secret for so long.
Yeah, I'll tweet it. I'll
Well,
tweet
no,
it
yeah,
every-
Sean, you already did that. It's uploaded. I listened
uploaded?
to it just this morning. Yeah, just ripped
What
it.
are the piracy sites now? It used to be LimeWire and Napster.
Oh yeah. And I've just been selling them on Lower Broadway at Canal for the last half hour. It's done well,
no one
dude.
buys those anymore.
It's done really well, dude.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, no, but I want to just talk about a couple of the songs because they're so great. You know, the All She Want to Do Is Dance is going to be like a mega hit song. Like,
I hope so.
I hummed it back as I was listening to it, and I was like, oh, the key change is coming. There's the key change. It goes up. You know, it's like
Sean thought he wrote it because he was going. Blah, 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 blah.
blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, he was doing a mumble track.
Yeah.
It's so good. Every wedding will play that song, by the way. But then I was listening to like a bunch of the other stuff, and some of it's really kind of like sexy, cool, like, you know, one of
some songs about sex, definitely.
yeah, a lot of songs about like Splish Splash. Some of your lyrics are, and I'm gay, so I don't get this. I'm gonna make you wet the bed. You
Wait.
said,
Boy,
in
we
it.
just made some news right there. Well,
So-
hello, Sean.
Wait a minute.
As a
Breaking news.
gay guy, I don't want a girl wetting the bed. So, but you say I'm gonna
Why not?
make her wet the bed.
Well,
So okay,
yeah.
Anyway,
Well, she could be in the other bed. Who cares?
but wait, this is what I'm
Do you
kidding.
mention anything about the hole in the sheet? I'm sorry, it's a sex. Sorry, I don't know. What's going on?
So,
No,
John,
some of the songs are great though.
John, when you're not doing all these incredible things you do well, what do you do not as well, but really enjoy filling your free time with? You got like a tennis addiction. You got
Let me
like
think about that.
cheesy TV show watching.
I love to do crosswords.
Oh yeah, me too.
I love to do crosswords.
Crosswords
I'm all
are
over
great.
the New York Times crossword app, but I'm pretty good at it, so I don't know if I'll say I don't do it as well because I do it pretty well.
Will's pretty professional at Wordle and
Yeah.
all that stuff.
yeah.
You gotten into that yet?
I haven't gotten into Wordle. All my friends are doing it, but I'm sticking with the crossword. I know New York Times bought Wordle too, but I'm sticking with the crossword.
Crossword is good. The crossword's great. New York Times. Wordle's okay. It's pretty. Wordle's just kind of. I do Octordle, which is
Yeah,
8
Wordle's too easy
Wordles
for 'em.
simultaneous.
What happened to the Quirtle, Will?
Yeah, and Quirtle. I do Quirtle as well, but Octordle's the real.
What's the one? There's one with the name that tune kind of vibe.
Oh
What's
yeah, I
that
heard
one?
There
about
is?
that.
Yeah,
I want to play that.
I'm bad
What
at that.
about what can you do? I can only do Monday's crossword because I'm less than bright. What about you? How far do you get?
I do it all week, every day.
Of
You
course,
do?
he does it every
Are
day.
you finishing them?
I'm finishing them, yes,
Yeah.
to completion.
Just I grew up on a soundstage. I'm not.
I
Bright.
know. I mean, look, if some of the answers were about the grip department or like, you know.
Oh
what's
yeah,
the-
how to set a C stand. I need a 4x floppy over here.
yeah,
Yeah.
how to push your call time.
It's about patience, though. It's about patience. You just got to keep at it.
John, I will say, like, kind of to what Jason was saying, I mean, you had, in a way, you had so many things that you could have done. Like, you're really educated. You were like, talk to me about the consultancy. Like, you just kind of glossed over that. Like, wait, what? You had a whole other career?
What is that?
Well, so I graduated from Penn in '99, and Penn is a very business-oriented kind of place. We have the Wharton School there, which is where our last president went to school, and lots of future CEOs go to school there. So it's got kind of like a pre-business kind of vibe at Penn, even if you don't go to the business school. So I went to the College of Arts and Sciences, majored in English, but a lot of my friends were applying to all these consultancies and finance jobs, and you feel like, well, if everyone else at school is doing this, maybe I should at least check it out. And so I started going to these like orientation meetings that if you're interested in these jobs, some of the alums would come to the school and talk to you about them. And one of them was an event for Black and brown students who might be interested in consulting. I sat down next to an alum who I knew pretty well, and she was really smart and engaging and told me about what she did. And so I applied to Boston Consulting Group, which is where she worked, and I got the job. And they offered me $50,000 a year, which for me at that time was a lot of money. My dad was an assembly line worker. My mom stayed at home. So I literally was offered more in my first year coming out of school than my dad had ever made in a year as an assembly line worker. Wow. And so I'm like, man, I should probably take this job. And I knew I wanted to do music, but, it's like, I'm going to have to work anyway. I got loans to pay back. I got rent to pay. And I figured I might as well work in a job that pays me pretty well. And I learned some things, I met a lot of interesting people. And I thought I would only work there for like a year and I would get a record deal and that would be that. And I started there in 99 and I stayed there for 3 years. And then I worked for one of our pro bono clients for another year or so. And then I finally was getting super close to getting a record deal and I started touring with Kanye. And that's when I finally felt like I didn't have to have a day job.
That's so cool.
And was getting enough money from touring.
Sean, you're pro boner, right?
Yeah.
What is the deal with...
So you added an R on it. You added an R.
Pro boner.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what anybody's saying. My hearing is so terrible.
How tempting is it for you to and pardon my ignorance if you've already got this up and running?
Well, we pardoned it a long time ago, yeah.
To create what about management consultant in your kingdom, which I'm sure you've got up and running now, as well as perhaps, Kanye stuff and any of your other friends? Like, are you calling these folks and saying, hey, I'm sure you've got a great business manager and a great label and all that other stuff, but, we could kind of commingle here and 1 + 1 could make 3. Like, does your brain still work in that lane?
I think it still does, but I truly enjoy being on the creative side more. And so I have really good people that work with me. I think what the management consulting did for me was prepare me to be good at hiring people and bringing people into my world that I could trust. And I hold a pretty high standard for everybody that works with me. And I think they're really good at what they do. But I think my standard was set higher by being in that setting with all these other smart people. Yeah. And it helps me be a good client, honestly, a tough client, but it helps me, it makes me a better client for all the people that work for me because I ask the right questions and expect a lot from them. And I really do focus on the creative. I spend almost all my energy focused on writing songs, creating art, focused on my show. And then I allow all the smart people around me to help me handle the business.
I'm still looking for them.
And now, a word from our sponsor.
Thank you to Article for their support. Okay, here's a little disclaimer for the folks at home. I want to talk to you about Article. I have these 2 new chairs from Article that are these outdoor chairs. I was actually quite literally just in one because I can't sit in 2 at the same time. So my chair that I've got is called the Burkle. You know what's great? It's one of those outdoor chairs that looks like it could be an indoor chair, like in a very chic indoor setting, but it's outdoor. And sometimes outdoor furniture is not that comfortable because they can't do stuff that's durable enough that's also comfortable. Forget it. The Burkle, it covers all of that. It looks amazing. It's super comfortable and it's very durable. And one of those pieces that like you look at it and you think like, this is some super fancy, really expensive furniture. But guess what? It's very, very, very reasonable. And I was quite literally, again, just sitting in it. So it's fresh on my mind and on my buttocks. It's where we sit. That's our sitting spot. Okay? Here's one of the other things about Article. The delivery and setup folks that they sent to do those 2 things were par excellence. They were like nobody, I've never had an experience like that. And I wouldn't mention it if it weren't so excellent. Article is the easiest way to make your space look beautiful. Article combines the curation of a boutique furniture store with the comfort and simplicity of shopping online. Their team of designers, they focus on beautifully crafted pieces, quality materials, and durable construction. Article cuts out the middleman and sells directly to you. No showrooms, no salespeople, no retail markups. No way, mister. You save up to 30% over traditional retail prices. Article is offering our listeners $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more. To claim, visit article.com/smartless, and the discount will be automatically applied at checkout. That's article.com/smartless for $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more.
We are brought to you in part by FanDuel. Kick off week 1 with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Join today to get started with $150 in free bets guaranteed when you place your first $5 bet. Just sign up with promo code SmartLess to get in on the action. Then you can turn game day into payday all season long. If I got $150 free bets, you know what I'd bet on? I'd bet on the Chicago Blitz. They looking really good this year.
Sean, sorry, that was mid-'80s.
What was?
The Chicago Blitz. They have been around for a while.
Hang on 1 second. Let's undo that bet there. Okay. Play your way and bet on more than just the final score. Wager on everything from touchdowns to total yards to catches. You can even combine your bets for a chance at a bigger payout with a same-game parlay. Don't fumble your chance to get $150 in free bets, win or lose, with promo code SmartLess. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NFL. 21 plus exclusions apply. See show notes for full disclaimer.
And now, back to the show.
Going back to like singing live, like Superstar or touring, I'm always fascinated by people like you who have this muscle, this voice of yours that is so trained that you can sing night after night after night after night after night and not damage it. Like, how do you have any kind of nightmare touring stories where something went wrong? Or
Yeah, I mean, you're saying that, I'm like, wow, well, I wish it was that easy to maintain these things. But my voice, it definitely fails me sometimes. And I'm able to usually get through it. But there are definitely times when it's not as strong as I would like it to be. It's part of your body, so it's not, it's subject to all the frailties that human beings have.
Yeah.
Just like athletes have rough nights, just like they get sore, just like all of those things.
where you take the microphone and you just hand it out to the audience and they finish your lyrics for you?
Sometimes you're like, I was doing that in Europe just now because I got a little bit under the weather. And, your body tells on you and your voice tells on you when you're under the weather, when you're tired, when you're dehydrated, any of those things. So it's a struggle every time. That means you have to take care of yourself. I don't drink when I'm on tour. Mm-hmm. I drink a lot of water, drink a lot of tea. And I have to watch my acid intake because acid reflux affects our voices.
Yeah, that's right.
All of these things. And then I have to get enough rest. And if I don't get enough rest, my body tells on me, my voice tells on me too. So all of these things require maintenance and then a lot of good warming up and cooling down before and after every show.
How much sleep are you getting a night, John? What's your optimum night?
On tour, I usually sleep about 6 or 7 at night, and then I'll take a nap like in the middle of the day, a siesta, around, 2 or 3 for a couple hours. And then so total, I'll end up with like 8 or 9 hours of sleep a day.
Are you touring with the 6 and the 4-year-old?
They were with me in Europe and in Egypt just now. And then they'll come out to my Vegas residency sometimes as well. And they love it. They love coming to my shows when we let them stay up late.
Well, how does your sleep love that? Are they real cooperative with Daddy getting 7 or 8? They don't care. They jump right in.
They let me take a nap. They do.
Really?
My wife and and our nanny, they keep them out of my room when I'm taking a nap. But they really love music. They love coming to my shows. And they really respect what I do and try to honor that so far.
Yeah, that's
you got to get a lot of sleep if you're going to be People Magazine's sexiest man alive.
Oh, snap, yeah.
And I've been trying to sleep my way into it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For a while.
You have to sleep with a lot of people, you
sleep
mean.
with.
I don't know what you have to do, but I'm not, whatever it is, I'm not doing
John,
it.
can you give him some phone numbers?
Yeah, but I mean, that's pretty, when that happened, were you like, God, you must have got. It's great, but you also must get ribbed by your friends and people you know.
It is.
Painful.
It is the ultimate double-edged sword because they're saying something very nice about you and they're making this beautiful spread about you. But it just invites everyone on the internet to say why you didn't deserve it.
Right.
Now, I apologize. I didn't see your spread for that, but do you have to do a bunch of real quote unquote sexy shots for the
Yeah, they
sexiest
like,
man issue?
wet shirts
Oh
and
no,
yeah,
like a lot
all
of
these
smoke in the
things.
eyes looks, real
Yeah,
hard looks and
exactly.
stuff.
Again, this is perfect for me.
Yeah, you
It's
always look like there's a
hilarious.
fire in the room, Will. Yeah, look at that squint. Yeah, look at that.
Get somebody to hose me down with a fire
You're giving
hose.
me James Dean right now, Will.
Yeah,
you know?
there it is. Yeah, oh, look at the high eyebrows, squinty eyes. Oh my
We used to,
God.
Jason and I used to say that we'd go to like events and you'd see somebody doing that in the thing, like in the on the step and repeat. We'd be like, oh, look at this guy's got real smoke in the eyes.
Yeah, he looks real confused. Yeah, look at that.
That's sexy. That's what they like.
I know.
Was your wife there giving you shit just off camera, or was she super supportive about it?
She had a few jokes about it, but she was genuinely proud. And, she ribs me plenty. But I think she was genuinely proud. And like I said, it gives the internet license to just,
Take
go
shots.
crazy and tell you why you didn't deserve it. And so I just stayed off the internet for a few days.
Attaboy.
Smart.
It was a successful strategy. I didn't need to see all that.
Now, you framed this cover, and I don't need confirmation on that. I know it's framed. Where's it hanging?
Yeah.
It's here in our office. So we have a bunch of magazine covers hanging up in the office. So it's kind of like our work hall of fame. We've got our Vanity Fair cover, our Chrissy's Glamour cover, and all of our covers. She has like 10 times more than me, but at least I have people, sexiest man.
Which could be worth 10. I think that's worth 10.
John, back to like the music part and the album. I know you collaborated with a bunch of people. Are there people that you have yet to collaborate with that you've always dreamed of? Is there any kind of one or two top people at the top of the list?
Well, I love Kendrick Lamar. Two people who recently put out albums that I love, Kendrick and Beyonce. So I would love to collaborate with both of them.
Yeah,
and
that'd be
both of
amazing.
them put out great albums recently that I've been listening to.
Yeah. Do you read reviews, by the way, of your albums or songs?
Yeah, I do. Sometimes. I don't read all of them, but I read a decent amount. And, I'm always curious to see what people think about it. And sometimes I feel like, sometimes I disagree with them, but sometimes I also feel like they don't get it. Like,
Yeah.
so I'm like, because they'll say things where it sounds like they just don't get it. They don't connect with the material and they don't understand what I was trying to do. But hey, it's always interesting to see what they say. And I don't let it get to me too much, but I'm always curious.
So wait, speaking of things that have always gotten positive reviews, you got this gig on The Voice, which is like, first of all, how did you land the gig? And tell me about some crazy, like, the craziest auditions you've seen.
Well, The Voice is like a plum gig in our business because you get to they keep you in LA, which if you live here and you have a family here, it's like an easy gig to have. Just drive up to Universal when you have to drive up there, and you get paid essentially like you would be on tour, but you're home and you can be with your kids. So it's like really a good gig. And it's fun. You get to be around other musicians. You get to be inspiring all these younger artists. And it's truly a fun job. And I guested on the show. We have guest advisors on the show. I was on Adam's team helping advise his team. And an opening came up, and I think they liked when I was a guest advisor and offered me the job. And I did it for one season. They asked me back, and now I've done 7 seasons in a row.
Wow.
So we're
That's
starting
amazing.
my 7th season in a row.
That's
and
crazy.
I don't see it stopping anytime soon. I really like doing it. I really enjoy it. I really enjoy working with the young
It's rewarding.
artists. And it's a fun show.
Yeah, it is great. You're great on it.
What about producing television? Is that something that's interesting to you?
Yeah, well, that's how I got my Emmy from Jesus Christ Superstar. We were producers on that show, and then I have a production company called Get Lifted Film Company. Who we've done documentaries, we've done television series. We did one called Underground, which was particularly good and one we were really proud of. It was about the Underground Railroad. We've done feature films. Our biggest film we did was also on Netflix called Jingle Jangle. It was a holiday film featuring Forrest Whitaker and Felicia Rashad and some others. And it was a Christmas musical, basically, about a toy maker, kind of a Willy Wonka type toy maker. Yeah, we've done some really cool stuff. A lot of things that were music related, but some things that weren't as well.
Have you scored films at all, and would you want to?
I've written songs for film, but I haven't actually scored a film. So I wrote Glory for Selma with Common, and then I've written a bunch of songs for other films too. And I wrote a song for that Jingle Jangle film that we did. And I'll be writing more film stuff and Broadway stuff in the future.
That's so great.
So all of that is fun to me. I love writing, and I love writing with an assignment too, I think. So that's why I like film and TV and Broadway, because when you have some direction, it's kind of fun to have that assignment and some direction in your writing.
What about when the kids start getting a little bit deeper roots into school and into their social rhythm and all that stuff? How do you think that's going to affect your ability to get out there on the road and tour a bunch? Are you going to homeschool them like you were and just take them out with you all the time, or?
No, I don't think we'll homeschool them, and we'll just kind of figure out the timing. I think there's a way to pace touring so it's not too
do it during the summer.
Imposing. Yeah, like the kids went with me on this summer tour, and like I said, I have the voice, so it limits the amount of time I can tour, but it replaces touring with another gig that I really like. And so, as long as I have that, then I won't have to tour as much. But once I start touring again more, I'll definitely pace it in a way that makes sense. I really enjoy being a dad and a husband, and so I try to make time for that and don't let work overcome it too much.
Yeah.
I love that. Every time I've seen you perform or in interviews or whatever, you're always so nice and genuine and amenable.
When do you hit people, John? What part of your day
That's
is
what I
usually
want to know.
striking most people?
What
Try
pisses you off?
to do it off camera.
Yeah,
That's smart, man.
Very smart.
Really smart.
What pisses you off?
Yeah, what do you hate?
The things I get mad about, well, a lot of I'm very into politics, so I get pissed off about politics a lot. And I get very engaged when it comes to politics, so I'm pretty passionate about that stuff. And when I see people who harm other people, especially people who have less power and fewer resources, I hate when people abuse their power. And honestly, that pisses me off. And
what's the craziest thing on your writer when you tour?
I have nothing crazy on there. It's like simple stuff.
Come on. What
Now,
do you have?
John, John, have you ever? Go ahead. Give Sean his purple M&M answer.
I don't have an answer. I don't have a good one. We have like snacks. We have like salted roasted almonds.
All right.
Oh, you diva! Jesus Christ!
I eat the same meal before every show,
Which is rotisserie chicken and veggies.
Roasted chicken, and veggies. I'm very boring.
Jason's got gas X. Jason, what is it? Gas X.
I have some antacids.
Yeah, but I fry it up. I mean, I saute it. I fry. Now, would you ever? I'm sure you've been asked this before. I apologize. I don't know the answer. Would you ever consider running for some sort of an office?
I won't. I get somebody. One of the neocons. What's his name? Bill Crystal. Tweeted that the other day. And no, definitely not.
I want to be a part of the Forward Party, which is what they're creating, which is Democrats and Republicans have come together to start this third
and
party.
They just
I think
forward you things. They forward you emails with funny chain mail and jokes.
Well, Sean loves an email. Listen, nobody loves an email. I was thinking about when
Let's give Sean's email address out right now.
John, you were talking about your job. John, when you were talking about that job when you were working consulting, I was thinking like, God, that seems like a nightmare. But Sean would love it because he loves getting emails and responding quickly.
He loves forwards.
Oh, he loves being in an office environment. He fucking Sean, am I lying?
I like admin. I love
admin.
He loves
admin. Johnny Legend, we've taken.
You sound like you'd make a good executive assistant if you weren't busy.
I'm not above it. Johnny, we've taken way too much of your time. Thank you for being here.
You are a nice man to do this for
John
us,
the Legend.
Thank you guys. Thanks for having me.
Very nice of you.
Thank you, man.
And the album is so good. It's called Legend. I can't wait for everybody to hear it. It's so good.
I appreciate it.
Well,
Thanks,
keep
guys.
at it. Don't work too hard. And I think hashtag Legend 2024. I think we've made some
Yeah, there it
moves.
is.
Yeah.
Official. It's official.
Yeah.
Jason's looking for an outsider. Here I am. All right.
Go get it.
See you, man.
All right, John.
Take care, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Take care, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
How about that guy?
John Legend. Listen, this guy's a legend.
I know,
Okay? I mean,
he's
it's
got-
right there
It's
in
so
the
smart
name.
to build it in your name. It's so
Right?
smart.
It's smart.
Wait,
It
I
makes
forgot
it
to ask him. Do you
easier.
think that's his real name? Like Alicia Keys? Is Alicia Keys and she plays piano? Is that her
Well, you
real
know,
name?
Harry Styles is not. That's not his real name. It's. You know what it is. That's Hair Style. Did you know that?
No.
Dude, his real name is John Baxter.
Is that true?
No, Sean. Fuck.
I believed you.
I know you did, Angel.
John
Just lay
Baxter.
down. Just elevate your feet above your heart. You know.
You guys check out his album if you can.
I
It's
totally
the
will.
new
I
album.
can't
It's-
believe he's just one of those guys. Like everything he's talking about. Again, just so busy and prolific, and just doing stuff and
Yeah.
putting out records and doing the show and doing the. And I'm like, I'm so tired listening to him. I'm like, how do
I
you
know.
do
He's
it?
a youngin. He's a youngin. I ran into him at Sundance, the Sundance Film Festival years ago, and he's like, "Hey, you have a production company. How did you do that?" And I was like, "Well, you just start one, right?" And
Yeah.
we were talking so many years ago, and here he is.
He's like,
just
cool, and then he went and did it and started and has all these shows and
Yeah.
stuff.
I was like, how? And now I'm telling you, how did you do that? Exactly.
By the way, it's the best idea, right? I mean, to just do that, to be curious like that and go, hey, you did something that I think that I want to do. How'd you do
How
that?
did you do that? Right. I love that. I love
Which
Yeah,
that.
me too.
is better than like what you do, Will, which is you're just bi curious.
Oh, my God.
So fast. Bye, curious. We use the same one over and over.
We got to get to the ads. Let's get to the ads
yeah.
because I got a hard out. Let's go.
You just lobbed that from the sidelines. That was so lame. SmartLess is 100% organic and artisanally handcrafted by Rob Armjarv, Bennett Barbaco, and Michael Granteri.
SmartLess.
Our next episode will be out in a week wherever you listen to podcasts, or you can listen to it right now early on Amazon Music, or early and ad-free by subscribing to Wondery Plus in Apple Podcasts or the Wondery app.